Hello again. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, my colleague Sam Marshall is in Protea Glen, Soweto today. We're highlighting the Gauteng Education Department's e-learning program. It's been called the Paperless Classroom, digitization of the classroom, tabletization of the classroom. It's basically the paperless classroom. But Sam has got all the information and more for us. Sam, good morning to you. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to our viewers. Right, all of those words, all of those terms, it means exactly that. We're broadcasting live from the Protea Glen Secondary School, as you mentioned. And let me take you back very quickly, because in 2015, when the Gauteng Department of Education launched this, they termed it the classroom of the future. The paperless environment that we're now entering into, and it's all through e-learning, as you've mentioned. Now, e-learning forms a strategic part of Gauteng's 2055 vision. It is all about transformation, the strategy to accelerate the use of modern information technology as a core resource in teaching, learning, and school management systems at all Gauteng schools. At the beginning of the year, we remember that historic moment when we piloted this project at 7 schools in areas like Boksburg, Tembisa and Duduza. Now we're in phase 2. Can you believe it? The man who had the vision, the passion for it, is MEC of Education here in Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. Let's have a chat to them. And also, you'll notice behind me this smart board. A little bit earlier it was switched off, but you can see just the possibilities of what this actually means for that paperless environment. MEC, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here. But just very quickly, before we get into the nuts and bolts, this day, just how important is this for GDE?
I'm humbled, it's a very important day that these children will never in their entire lifetime see a chalkboard. They will never be asked to go out to clean a duster. They will never in their lifetime say that I can't do my homework because I have forgotten a book at home. Every learner will have a tablet, every teacher will have a laptop, every classroom will have this thing. So today we're officially burying the chalkboard dead.
Okay, we over the last couple of months have heard the term e-learning. We've heard this paperless environment, smart boards, but take us back to the origin of this idea to create a classroom of the future.
I want our children to compete with the best in the world. I really believe that if you check the world rankings in terms of maths and science, we are there at the bottom. And until we intervene drastically and radically, we'll not be in a position to match the international community. And that it's very, very difficult to attract the best teachers to come to the townships. And that's where the numbers are. So the best way is to ensure that we've got the best technology, we've got the best e-learning, we've got the best facilities that can attract the best to come and ensure that these children can compete with the best. I don't want these children to survive through social grants. I don't want this generation of children to go and apply for an RTP house. I want them to be empowered so that they can buy their own house. I want them to be empowered so that their own money can be their own social grant. I want them to be innovators. I want them one day when they are asked to say, how much do you earn, when they have to fill a form, they will say, I don't earn a salary, I pay salaries. This is the kind of children that we want to build. And I'm quite excited that today, in 375 schools, in all our townships across Gauteng, that all these children are going live. Unlimited data bundles, which simply means between 5 a.m. in the morning and 9 p.m. in the evening, they can surf any educational site without worrying about that data bundles. That wherever they are when they're studying, if they want to communicate with their teacher, they will communicate with that teacher instantly, and that teacher will respond. So they don't have to wait the following day to ask the teacher that I didn't understand this part. And that we're putting them in all the tablets, what we call EPUBs. It's not ordinary textbook, it's extraordinary textbook, which simply means that if you want to get an explanation how a heart pumps and how it works, that textbook takes you through those stages. It opens the heart, it digests it, it gives you the part of the heart, it puts it back, and you have it in front of you immediately in the classroom. So I'm so excited that today no child will be denied quality education because they were born in a wrong area.
That's absolutely amazing. MEC, let's also talk about teacher training. We know it's been an intensive program. Behind me, we've got one of the facilitators who spent a lot of time with the teachers. Lessons learned, maybe some of the challenges, getting to grips with the new technology?
I'm quite excited, and I want to salute those teachers. I know where they are now. They're in a panic mode because for the first time, they're divorcing a chalkboard, something that has been the part of their lives ever since they were trained. So I can imagine across the province how they feel. But I want them to break the leg. This is the beginning of the new future for our children. So the training was not that intense, but I'm happy that 98% of our teachers sacrifice their school holidays for them to be trained. What we are doing, we are training them per quarter. So we train them for the next quarter. In the next quarter, we'll train them for the next quarter. So until they covered all the elements. But we are training them not only in the use of technology, but the content as well. So this is a major shift in terms of training. We are spending almost 600 million on training only, so that our teachers can be on par. Because if you can't have the buy-in of teachers, this thing will collapse. So we have to ensure that in every school there are technicians, in every school there are people that will back up the teacher in case they're getting lost. In every school, every learner can be given immediate support in case they're getting lost as well. So I'm quite excited that we've got the best trainers that have trained our educators, and people that are here, I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm hopeful that these teachers will accept and embrace this technology to say this is the future.
MEC, just very quickly, there was been some other conversations that's been happening in different quarters. One of them is security. Last week we saw at the Foreng, I think primary, where 3 volunteer security were shot, and they tried to steal equipment. Just an update on that, and also how are we going to make sure that these smart classrooms of the future stay secure?
I'm saddened by people that still believe that they have to steal this thing. They're stealing the future of our own children. We say people are unemployed. The only way to make sure that people are not employed is through technology, is through education. So I'm saddened, but I'm not going to postpone the future of a black child because I'm scared of criminals. I'm not going to postpone the future of these children because I'm scared of Nyaope people. I've met with all community meetings. I was crisscrossing the entire province. I met with CPFs. I met with the police. We've strengthened it with private security. Unfortunately, in some of our side, we have appointed armed security guards so that they can assist us to protect this investment. There's a huge investment. Actually, we are one of the few countries in Africa to have this kind of investment. Actually, we are 2 years ahead, even of some of developed countries, in terms of this technology. I'm proud that there is no single public school in this country that has this technology except this township school. So it's a huge investment that we need to protect to ensure that our children get better education.
Okay, Missy, we've run out of time, but you're not going anywhere. I'm still having a chat to you a little bit later when we do the switch on. And that essentially means that we are going to go live. Connectivity, ebooks, and these multimedia 3 boards is, as you heard the MECs say, it's part of our future. So loads more still to come. We'll have a chat to the Minister of Education as well, basic education, I should say, Ajim Mutsecha. We'll also have a chat to the Premier a little bit later, Mr. David Makuro. And we're going to have a chat to one of the techie oaks and find out how these boards actually work. So if you're a bit of a techie, you want to stick around. The Premier, all of those people coming up a little bit later. But for now, we take an ad break. You don't go anywhere.